Good morning, all. Hope I'm audible. Please message your attendance in the chat window. Okay, so we'll start. So first, let me start with questions. Anagasya, Anaga is not here. So I hope Anaga you have a mic. Tell me what kind of elements are stored in an array. Anaga, why no response? Anaga is not here. Anaga, don't you have a mic? Okay. So variables, did I tell that was the purpose of having arrays? Sarangasya,
Yes, ma'am.
what is the
Uh,
purpose of having arrays?
homo- Homogeneous.
Yeah, correct. So arrays, the purpose is that you can store similar type of data items into that, right? So if I want to have, say, I want to store 100 elements which are of the same data type, I can go for an array. So that is what I have told you yesterday. You have already done programs also. So this is mandatory. If you need to store similar data type, you can go for arrays. So we were dealing with one kind of arrays in the previous class. So I've already told you that there are different types of arrays. So I'll ask Surya. Surya is here.
Yes, ma'am.
What are the different types of arrays?
Yes, ma'am.
What were the different types of arrays that I taught you yesterday?
One dimensional,
Yeah. One
two
dimensional.
dimensional,
Yeah. Then one more is there, right?
multi-dimensional.
Yeah.
Mul-
So very good. So we have three types of arrays. That is one-dimensional arrays. We have the two-dimensional arrays, and we have the multi-dimensional arrays. So we have started with the simpler one, that is one-dimensional arrays. So it is like storing in a row. Elements can be stored in a row. So whatever be the array, this would be the way that it would be stored. That is, if you are taking memory, it is easier to think in this manner. So it will have continuous locations. This is how an array is stored. Okay. So the index of an array would, I have already told that it would start at one location. So Thomas, what is the first location of an array?
0.
Yeah, correct. So the first location for an array, I will have, say, if my array is called like age, then the first location that would be age of 0, right? And it will go till 60 because it is starting from 0. Okay. So I hope you are aware of all those things. So we have already seen how to create linear linked list, linear search. This also I have taught you with multiple occurrences. So till here, is there anyone who has any kind of doubts? If you have any kind of doubts, you can message me in the chat. If you have understood till here, please message yes in the chat so that we can move on. So Abhiram is okay. I need the response from each one of you, okay? So I hope I have got 61 responses. I will check this after the class. So if there is anyone who didn't message in the chat, you will be marked as absent. I want either a yes or a no. If there is a no, that means you didn't understand, and I will explain whatever you didn't understand once again. So, okay, we'll move on. So this is where we had stopped, right? So we were trying to find the largest of numbers. So if you are given a list of numbers, you'll be able to find the largest by using this approach. So till here, I hope it is okay. So now we'll slightly change the program. What I need to have is the second largest number. So I have given you a list. You can see on this slide, there is a list. So if I say you need to find the second largest from that list, what would be the answer? So you can unmute and speak, or you can message in the chat. What would be the second largest as per this output? You can see there is a list that is 10, 20, 50, 35, 6, 5, 141, 89, 7, and 90. So if I ask you to find the second largest, what would be the output from that list? Yeah, you should get, yeah, correct. So you should get 90 as the answer, right? Because that is this would be our second largest. So there might be questions like this where you have to find the second largest, and this is our large. So we don't want that, we want this. That is the next program. So you need to find the second largest of numbers. So second largest of numbers means there is only a slight change. It's easier to understand. So again, we need to include our stdio.h. We have to have a void main. We have to open and close our braces. Similar to that, I have to have an array. I'm saying like 8, 10, and I'm saying I want to find the large, because only if you find the large, you can say that I don't want that, I want the second largest. So I'm declaring two variables, one for the large and the other one for the second large. And again, I need to iterate, right? So I need to have a loop variable. So that is my I. Now I need to read the numbers. So I'm reading the numbers because I want to have 10 numbers. I did not read any limit. I'm entering the entire set of elements. So you can see that there is enter the elements and I'm reading the elements into my array. So next what you have to do is you have to find the second largest, right? So I need to have again a for loop because I'm trying to find the second largest. So in order to find the second largest, I need to again identify which would be my largest. Okay. So I have to do one thing, that is if large less than a of I. This is the same condition that we had used in the previous program because we are trying to find out the large. So this would be, that is if my number, that is I initially say this is my list, say I have 10, 20, 30, then 50. Okay, so if this is the list, say this is 40. So 50 should be my output. So in the first case, what you have is large is equal to 0. So that was my first case. So large less than a of I means a, in the first case, I would be 0. So I need to take my large to be 10, right? And again, I have to do something because my aim is to find the second largest. So I need to tell like whatever was large right now, it has to go into my second large. So that has to be done first because you have to store the value, whatever is in large, you have to store it into second large. Then you have to tell like large is equal to 10. Okay, if you change the order, what would happen? You won't get the correct result because initially whatever is the value of large, that has to be saved into second. Then I have to say like large is equal to 10. Okay, so that is my one condition. Till here, is it okay? If it is okay, please message in the chat. Okay, so there is one case where this condition is not enough. You also need one additional condition. So can you think a little bit and tell me why one more condition would be required? So this one condition is not enough to find the second largest. With this, you will be able to identify whatever is the largest element. But we also need the second largest, right? So in the second case, now you have what? In the first case, second would be 0, large would be 10. Now when I do it with 20, what would happen? You will have second is equal to 10, large is equal to 20, right? So that would be my second case. Now when I do, it would become second is equal to 20, large is equal to 30. That would be my next case. Next case, it would be what? Second is equal to 30, large is equal to 50. Okay. Now I have a condition that is large less than a of I. So my second large is actually 40, right? So now you can see that if large less than a of I. So now what is my state? I have my large to be 50, 50 less than 40. So this condition won't be executed. Okay. So what will be my large would be correct. Large would be 50, but my second large would be wrong, right? Second large would be 30 as per this, but I should get 40. Did you understand? If you have understood, please message in the chat. That is, with that condition, you can find out the large, but not the second large. One more condition would be required. So Albert has understood. What about others? Okay, Ashwin, Sandesh, okay. Okay. So that is why we also add one more condition. So I'm adding one more condition there. That is, if second less than A of I. So large we have already found out, but I need a second large. So I'm telling like if second, that is in this case, my second is 30. 30 less than 40 and 40 less than large, that is 50. Then I need to do a swapping. That is, I will tell like second is equal to that 40. So that is why one more condition is required. Is it okay? If it is okay, please message in the chat. Okay, Anaga is asking me to repeat. Okay, fine. So I'll keep 10, 20, 30, 50, and 40. So this is my list, right, Anaga? This is my array. So you know that the output should be what? Large should be 50 and second large should be 40. This is my expected output. Now we have the first condition, that is I is equal to 0. For this case, it is less than 6, less than 5. I have only 5 elements, so it would be less than 5. So here, this is my zeroth location, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So in order to make it easier for you to understand, I'm not taking 10 numbers, and if it is easier for me to explain with lesser numbers, so I have taken only a less smaller size array. So now you can see that as per this condition, what would happen? I is equal to 0. So large, I have already initialized it to be 0, right? So large, that is 0 less than A of I. A of I means A of 0. So that means 0 is less than A of 0, right? 10 is the first case. So 0 is less than 10. So this condition would be executed. I'll have second is equal to 0 because large is 0 initially. So second is equal to 0, large is equal to 10. So in the first case, that would be the result. Now I would be incremented. I would go here. So now what would happen? I will have large, that is 10 less than 20. I'll have second is equal to whatever was in large. So large is 10. So 10. Then you have large is equal to 20. That would be my next case. Then you have the third case. That would be what? Large, that is 20 less than 30. I'll have second is equal to 20. Large is equal to 30. Then I have the next case where it is like large, that is 30 less than 50. So I'll have second is equal to what, 30. Then large is equal to 50. Now see the condition. Now next is 50 less than 40. So this condition won't be executed. What I'll have as the output is, I'll have large is equal to 50, which is correct. Second large, I will get 30. That is not my expected output, right? My expected output is 40. So this, with this condition alone, you will be able to find the largest from the list. But if the list was like this, the sample that I've given you, I need one more condition, that is second less than A of I. So I'm considering my second, that is 30 less than, now A of I is here. So it is 30 less than 40. I'll have what? Second is equal to that A of I, that is, and 40 less than 50. So this condition is true, right? So that I'll have second is equal to 40. Now is it okay, Anaga? Okay. What about others? Okay, Anjita, Ashwin, okay. So the only thing now you have to do is I have printed both, that is the large as well as the second large. So if I do it, I'll have like 100 and 85 because as per my list, 100 should be the largest, second largest should be 85. So this is an important question, second largest of numbers. Now you have to do this. I hope you will be able to do this. So write a C program. You have to read n numbers. So that is, you have to create an array. And you need to display the number of occurrences of a given element. So the aim is like if I give say 10, 20, 30, say 40, say 15, 22, like 10. Then if I say 35, then 10. And say I need to have a key, right? So I'll say my target element, if it is 10, I need to ask the user to enter that value. So user input based on the user input. So say the user is telling me I need to find the occurrences of 10 inside that list. So the output is 10 is in the list. It is appearing like 1, 2, 3, 3 times. So you don't have to give a large statement, long statement like this. So anyway, if it is not there, say the 10, if I am asking, say to find 100, 100 is not in the list. This should be my output. Okay. So you need to take a number, you have to search that list. So it is similar to linear search, but here what you have to do is you need to use a variable. You need to count the number of occurrences of that variable. I mean, that number inside that list. If the number is there in that list, you need to increment that variable. So we'll call it as a count variable. So you have to increment the count variable whenever that element is there in the list. So did you understand the question? If you have understood, please message in the chat. Okay. So try to do it. After you complete it, let me know in the chat. So you have your linear search program with you, right? So modify that program so that you can do this. You need to use the same logic, but slightly modify it. So do it, and after you complete, let me know in the chat. Dalvan, did the current come now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I hope you are able to read the question on the slide. So try to do it.
Okay.
Pratin, share your screen.
Yes, ma'am. കാണുന്നില്ലേ?
Program, what's program? Okay. So give the number of film. Okay. Again, give a one. Don't give. Okay. I'll give the input. Run it once again.
Okay.
Okay. You can give the number of elements as 6. Okay. 1, 2, 1. Again 4. Then 1, 6. Number to search 1. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, I think you have got 3, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So your logic is correct. Okay, Abhirami, share your screen. Okay, you also have used the same logic. Okay, correct. Okay, Siddharth Shamlal. Okay, it is fine, Abhirami. Siddharth. Siddharth Shamlal, share your screen. So people who have completed it, you can do the next program, that is concatenation of 2 arrays. So Abhirami and Pratin can start doing it. Siddharth, okay. Okay, fine. So Siddharth, okay. Atulya,
Yes, ma'am.
share your screen. Okay, fine. So number of elements you can give 5, okay. 1, 3, 5, 1, 2, 1. Give 1. Okay.
Fine.
Where is the number to search? Why you didn't enter that? Number of occurrence of 1 is 2.
5 number എടുത്തിട്ട് 6 number enter ചെയ്തു.
Okay. That was okay. Okay. Okay, Atulya. Sandesh, share your screen. So Atulya also you can start doing that concatenation of arrays. Siddharth also start doing it. Sandesh,
Ma'am, visible or no?
where's your program? Okay. Execute that program. Enter the size 5. Okay, 1, 2, 1. Okay, one. Okay, then you also only give the input. Okay, 1. You can give 1. Search element as 1. Okay, fine. Okay, so Ajal, share your screen. Sandesh, okay, fine. Ajal, share your screen. Okay, Ajal, run the program. So I think the logic is correct. Okay, give any set of elements. Sandesh, what? Ajal, I didn't see your output. Okay, you can give any number of any numbers. And give an element that is not there in that list. So element to search, you should give a number which is not there in that list. Okay, fine. I think it is correct. Ajal, okay. So if you have completed the previous one, you can start doing it. That is, people who have shown me the output, you can start doing this program. That is, you need to implement a C program to concatenate two arrays. So if you don't understand what is concatenation, you can ask. And others who are doing the previous program, if you have any doubts regarding that, you can ask that also. So I'll ask people who are doing it for the first time. Abhinav, share your screen.
Ma'am,
Okay, did you get, okay, show me the output.
ma'am, അത് trying not sure.
Okay, fine. Okay, element to be searched, you can give it as 4.
4 0 ആയിരുന്നു.
Okay, you have not incremented that count in the correct order, correct manner.
Okay.
So next, Abin, share your screen.
ഞാൻ കിട്ടിയില്ല.
Okay.
അത് നടക്കുന്നില്ല, ആവുന്നില്ല.
Okay. Adil is here.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you share your screen?
ശരിയായിട്ടാ.
Okay. Alan,
Yes, ma'am.
did you get?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So I'll do one thing. I will show the program because the time is up. So people who don't know how to do it, please listen to this. So this is my program. The aim is that if I have a list, I need to tell how many times it has occurred. So this is the same, right? So I have my list. I'm entering the number to be searched. Now here it is the same. That is for I is equal to 0, I less than 10, I plus plus. If a of I is equal to n, this is what we have done for linear search. The same code. I have also used one count variable and a flag variable to check whether that number is there or not. Count is to increment whenever that number is found. So here you can see that whenever the number is matching that search key, what I've done is I have incremented my count variable, and Again, I have initialized that f to be 0. That is my flag variable in order to check whether the number is present there or not. I'm changing the value of that. So f is equal to 1. If my number is there, I can say like f is equal to 1. I'm telling like the element is present these many number of times because that number would already be in that count. Otherwise, I'm telling like the element is not found. So if I do it and I'm telling like if I want to search say 4, you can see that it is appearing 4 times. So if it is okay, please message in the chat. So simple program related to linear search. So why no response? You didn't understand? Okay, Abhinav. Only Abhinav has understood. Okay, Ashwin, Alan, okay, Albert, okay. So do this before you come for Friday's class. So Dalvin is asking me to repeat it once more. So Dalvin, you can stay back and others who didn't understand also can stay back. Others can leave the meeting. So only people who didn't understand can stay back.